It was just after midnight when the silence of the palace grounds was shattered, not by a sound, but by a figure, draped in darkness, slipped through the hidden passages of one of the most guarded estates in the world. The figure was unmistakable: Meghan Markle, the Duchess who had once vowed to reshape the monarchy in her image, now attempting Her midnight escape was not just a rumor whispered in the corridors of power, it was an act that stunned the royal family and left palace guards scrambling, seconds too late. For years, the world had speculated about Meghan's true state of mind behind palace walls. Was she truly free in her California mansion, or was she still haunted by memories of what she had endured in London? Insiders whispered that despite her public bravado, Meghan's ties to the palace had never been completely severed. A secret visit back to the United Kingdom, under the pretense of private meetings and charity work, had spiraled into something far darker, a night that would go down as the monarchy's greatest humiliation. The escape was not a random act. It had been meticulously planned for weeks. Sources close to the Sussex circle revealed that Meghan had discovered something locked deep within palace archives, something she was never meant to see. Documents, letters, perhaps even photographs, tied to her time as a working. The palace, of course, denied this with the kind of icy silence it had mastered over. But the tension in the days leading up to her escape told another story. Every move she made was followed. Every room she entered had an extra guard outside. Meghan was, in many ways, a prisoner in the very palace she once called. And so, as the clock struck midnight, the plan was set in motion. Dressed in black, with her hair tucked beneath a hood, Meghan slipped past the first checkpoint. Security cameras, mysteriously, malfunctioned in that exact moment. One guard later confessed that he had been ordered to look the other way, though he refused to reveal who had given the command. The deeper Meghan went into the palace's labyrinthine corridors, the more dangerous her mission. This was no ordinary building. The palace was a fortress, a maze designed to keep secrets inside as much as it was to keep intruders outside. The streets of London slept, unaware of the drama unfolding within those ancient walls. Inside, Meghan's footsteps echoed against stone floors that had borne witness to centuries of power, betrayal, and whispered conspiracy. She reached the north wing, an area off limits even to most royals. What was she looking for? What compelled her to risk everything, knowing full well that discovery would not only mean personal ruin but also another media firestorm capable of tearing the monarch? The answer, according to palace insiders, lies in a locked chest said to contain correspondence between senior royals and powerful international figures. Some believe Meghan had been searching for proof, letters that validated her claims of mistreatment, or evidence that could justify her ongoing crusade against the monarchy. Others speculate she was after something far more personal, a hidden cache of Diana's letters, writings that William had fought to protect, and which Meghan believed rightfully. But before Meghan could secure her prize, the alarm sounded. A motion detector, long forgotten in a dusty corridor, caught her. Guards stormed the hallway, weapons drawn, radios buzzing. And yet, even with the palace on high alert, Meghan was too. She darted through a servant's passage that led to an exit hidden beneath the Witnesses later described seeing a woman moving like a shadow across the lawn, pursued by 3 guards shouting into the night. It was a scene straight from a thriller, Meghan racing across the grounds, her breath visible in the cold London air, her pulse pounding as centuries of royal power tried desperately to contain her. The guards were closing in. One shouted her name. Another raised his weapon. And then, Meghan had vanished. By the time reinforcements arrived, the gates had been breached. A black car, its engine still warm, had been spotted speeding into the night. The palace issued. The Queen's representatives refused to comment. But in the morning, the story was every tabloid splashed Meghan's midnight escape across their front pages. Online forums buzzed with theories ranging from secret plots to full-scale royal cover. The palace, humiliated, could only watch as the narrative slipped. And what of Harry? That question burned brighter than all others. Where was the Duke of Sussex when his wife pulled off the most daring escapes since Diana herself defied protocol decades earlier? Some say he was complicit, the mastermind behind the. Others insist he was blindsided, left reeling by Meghan's boldness. What is certain is that Harry's silence in the days that followed spoke volumes. While Meghan vanished into the shadows of London's night, Harry remained in Montecito, grim-faced, refusing to deny or confirm it. The fallout was catastrophic. For William and Kate, who had spent months painstakingly rebuilding the monarchy's image, Meghan's stunt was nothing short of inside the palace. Tempers flared. William allegedly demanded stronger security measures and privately accused Meghan of waging psychological warfare against the crown. Kate, meanwhile, was said to be visibly shaken, fearing not just for the family's reputation but for the personal safety of her children. But the real question lingered: what had Meghan taken with her? Reports surfaced that a slim, leather-bound folder was missing from the its contents remain unknown. Some speculate it contained financial records linking the royal household to shadowy offshore accounts. Others insist it was personal correspondence, letters between Charles and political leaders, perhaps even communications that could destabilize alliances. Whatever the truth, Meghan's midnight escape wasn't just about freedom. It was about leverage. Days turned into weeks, but Meghan herself remained elusive. Paparazzi scoured every corner of London, yet no one captured. Then, a grainy video appeared online. It showed Meghan, in a dimly lit cafe, her hood pulled low, slipping a package across a table to an unidentified. The video lasted only seconds before cutting off, but it was enough to reignite the Had she struck a deal? Was she trading palace secrets for protection, or for the monarchy's carefully guarded image was now hanging by a thread? Politicians called for an inquiry. Commentators compared the escape to Edward VIII's abdication crisis. Some even whispered the unthinkable, that Meghan's actions could trigger a constitutional reckoning, forcing Britain to reconsider the very existence. And yet, for Meghan, this was personal. Every move she made since marrying Harry had been scrutinized, vilified, twisted. The escape was not merely about survival, it was about reclaiming power. For once, the palace was the one left scrambling, powerless to stop her. In the end, Meghan's midnight escape will be remembered as more. It was a declaration, a turning point in the saga of a woman who refused to bow to the palace guards had been too late. The monarchy had been too slow. And Meghan Markle, against all odds, had written herself into the history books, not as a victim, but as the woman who outran the crown itself.